After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 560. Today is Tuesday, February 27th, 2024, as we are recording. My name is Marlisha, also known as Lady Furnico.
Thank you. My name is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy. As soon as we turned on the camera, I got warm.
I want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Foon and the Woman Cave. And yes, I wore this last week because I was cold, and I'm still cold. So
I wore a different hoodie last week.
So I'm wearing this. But yeah, so anyway, if you're new, we're glad you found us, and we hope you see something that you enjoy and that you'll stay with us. And if you're returning, as always, we're glad to have you back. If you are new or returning but in the shadows and you'd like to get more involved, there's a little subscribe button on your right. It's a little red button. You just tap it gently and tap the little bell and you'll get notifications. And the little drop-down menu will say all notifications, some of the notifications, or none of them. And you can choose your option. If you'd like to do things with us, like the alongs and things like that, that has to be done on the homepage, and that's phnpodcast.freeforarms.net, and that's in the little description box below the video. You can have a little link to get you there, and all you have to do is say that you want to join, and we will let you in. Somebody will let you in, either Talia, myself, or one of our moderators, probably Rena. Mm-hmm. So just, we'd like to have you. Same old, yeah. How many projects do you have?
2.
Okay, I have 3. So in my little Adagio owl and other woodland creatures mug from Adagio, I think I said Adagio.
I think you did.
Is a T-spot tea, actually, that Talia got me. It's Mile High Chai, and I haven't quite decided if I like it. So the other one I had yesterday was really good. It was something Darjeeling, and it tastes like, when you put milk in it, tastes like the milky tea that...
Yeah, it was actually one that I picked up for myself, and I was like, oh, this is a little mild for me. Do you want to try this? And Mom's like, England tea! I'm like, it's yours. So I'm picking up more for her.
See, teas for me are either, they have place names, like England tea and the Germany tea, and, so... A friend of mine made me a specific Germany tea, and I have to figure out which one it is, because maybe that'll replace that empty thing.
Right.
Yeah, so I can find it, because that'd make her happy. Because she made it for me.
So, okay.
She made a lot of teas for me, because I couldn't have caffeine at that time. And she said, let me make you a blend. And I said, she was making a blend, and I said I couldn't do caffeine for a while. So I can make you some more. So why don't you do a fandom, and that way you can, So, but several of them have my name on it, so which was really nice. I mean, she didn't know me at that point. It's just the kind of nice person she is. So she's a real sweetheart. If you go to Adagio, all you have to do is look up Chrissy's Blends. It's KHRISSI.
Can you look it up by person? I think they should look it up.
It's called by creator. By creator.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They have ways of looking up by blend, by fandom, by creator.
That must have changed.
No, it's been that way for a long time.
You gotta remember, I haven't been on for a long time.
Yeah, but when you're saying it has been a long time.
I haven't been on for a long time.
Well, put it this way, almost from the beginning that we've been on, it's been like that. So, okay. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. If you want to try it out, it's Adagio. I think it's adagio.com.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. Now, so what do you have in time?
Okay, let me put my marker in here. This is why I didn't finish picking up at the... where I was at, because I was like, oh, I need more my locking stitch markers. Why didn't I bring my locking stitch markers with me?
I have to get some from Knit Picks. Some more.
I
have some, but I just don't know where they are.
Yeah, I have this whole bag that it's just my locking stitch markers. But it also means if I don't remember to bring it with me, I'm like, just locking stitch markers. Mm-hmm. Usually if I'm making a toy, I'll hook it to the bag somehow.
Did I show my mug like that yet here? I know I showed it.
I thought you did.
I know we showed it on Zoom.
I'm not sure. This is my offered up buttercup mug, which coincidentally matches my hoodie.
My new mug, in case
I
didn't show it to you, is up there. I can get to it, but Ty says I showed it to you. It's a black mug, and it says Thank God ahead of time.
Yeah, I think you showed it, but I'm not sure.
I know I showed it on the Zoom, which went really well last week. That was a lot of fun. For the Patreons, that was fun.
I'm not sure what I think about this.
What is that again?
This is, I think 'cause it's pu'er heavy.
Let me taste it when you're done.
Yeah, here, go ahead. Morning Mojo. Pu'er tea leaf. Organic black tea leaf. Organic orange peel. Organic vanilla cream flavoring. It's very mild.
It smells good.
You see, for me, it actually kind of smells funky.
You can smell the orange and the vanilla.
It smells very sweet. What are your thoughts?
Not sure.
It might end up being in a box for somebody because normally I like morning blends.
I'm not sure if it has an aftertaste that's trying to be dirty socks.
So we make sure we give this to someone who doesn't watch the podcast then.
No, that's just... It's not bad. It's mild. It's
very mild, and I'm thinking maybe I might not be a pu'er person. Because I think I was hoping, when I see a breakfast tea, a lot of times I think of a strong black tea.
It doesn't have any body to it.
And that's why I say it's really surprising because it's a breakfast tea.
Yeah, that doesn't have any body to it.
And when I'm drinking a breakfast tea, I'm expecting a nice, strong black tea.
Did you not maybe should put more in?
No, I did my almost 3. Two heaping and then almost 3. I'm thinking it's just a...
Because even this is stronger, this chai.
Yeah, no, it's just... I think it's just the type of tea it is. Because I measured out the same way I do every other tea in this mug, which is almost 3 whole things. So...
I use my mug that side, the one I just told you about, the Thank God Ahead of Time. I put 4 heaping teaspoons of my pumpkin spice chai in there, and I fill it about 2 ounces shy of how high it should be, and I put 2 ounces of milk in it, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I think this will go to someone who might have a different flavor profile than me, because I think I might just not like pu'er. Because I had something else the other day that was high on pu'er, and I remember being like, oh, I just ordered something with pu'er. I hope it doesn't mean I don't like pu'er.
I know that I liked it, and then Davina got me something that I actually liked, the chorange. And didn't that have pu'er in it?
I thought it was a black tea.
Was it?
I don't remember.
Well, maybe the story...
Now, if it did have pu'er, it would explain maybe why I don't like it.
Maybe the story is not that it was pu'er, but I just changed the profile, because I do like the chocolate chai pu'er. Oh, I could have had that.
Oh.
But I need to taste this anyway.
Yeah.
That chocolate chai pu'er is really good.
And unfortunately for this, even though you like this, I can't get you another sample because the only size they have available right now is the next size up.
And I don't want that right now.
And you don't want that right now. So I will set this aside. Let me know if you like pu'er, and if you don't, I'll just throw it in for someone who doesn't watch the podcast.
Or who's someone who just knows that we have a weird sense of humor.
Yeah, because I don't get the dirty socks taste that Mom says.
I was being facetious. It was a stretch. It's just...
it's a very light flavor. It almost is astringent in the aftertaste.
See, I didn't get that. And I'm very sensitive to astringency.
I'm not sure what that aftertaste is. And for me, it's not the aftertaste that's the problem. It's just, it doesn't have enough body at the front.
No, it doesn't.
And I'm very much of a strong tea person, a strong black tea person.
Because the smell doesn't match up to the taste.
Well, also, when I smelled it when I was making it, I'm like, oh, I think this tea might be a problem for me.
It's a very, very, if you like light teas, this will be up your alley. It's just the flavor profile is very, very light.
Yeah, it's just not me, and I should have tasted it beforehand and done what you did, which is make another one.
I dumped my last one.
But I was like, let me give it a shot, a full-on shot, and I'm glad I did do it on the podcast, because then we can hear if anyone else does like pu'er, whereas you were just having a tea you'd had before. This is the first time for me.
Yeah, the one that I dumped actually also was one I'd had before. I actually really liked. And I had
No, this isn't one I had before.
Yeah, I had one a couple days ago, and I said, oh, I don't like the way this is. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. And I said, well, today I said, well, let me try it again. Maybe I just had an off day. And I didn't like it. I dumped it. It was just...
You know, the orange is coming forward now, and I don't like it too strong of
orange.
taste. The orange is starting to come up through. So it's like a mixture of that pu'er that I don't care for, and then the orange. And I can't taste any vanilla.
I can smell vanilla.
Can you? I'm sure maybe at the end the vanilla will start coming in.
I can taste the orange.
The orange is starting to come through as it's cooler. So if you do like an orange tea with quite a bit of orange to it, this could be up your alley.
This has it's like a very mild orange cream, maybe, or an orange vanilla cream.
And you might like it with some milk. I don't know. But
I think a milk might drown it out.
So I don't know, because I don't tend to care for too heavily of an orange tea. Every time I've started one, eventually I'll be like, that's good. I'm done. Because I had that tangerine one that I thought I really liked at the beginning, and then eventually I was just like, not really me. And the only one I've kept on liking is the tiger.
No, it's not. You're the tiger.
And that does have orange in it. I can enjoy tea as orange. It all depends, I think, on the amount of orange in it. And that makes sense because I actually don't like oranges.
Yeah, well, I like oranges, but
I don't. Part of it is texture. The same reason why I don't like tomatoes a lot of times. I'm very textural.
I'm having problems with some of the things I liked before, and I'm not liking them as much. Some of the chais that I really liked, like the one I dumped was a chai.
That happened with some of my green teas, Mom.
Yeah. I've been clearing out. A couple of people are getting stuff. People off the podcast, people on the podcast are going to be getting packages with tea. And some of the prizes unopened for the prizes.
If you like orange or you like pu'er and are interested in trying this, please let me know. I don't think it's a bad tea. I think it's just a not for me tea, which is why I keep making faces. I don't think that it's the fault of the tea itself. I just don't like this flavor.
Sometimes you just don't like a certain flavor profile.
Well, we've seen that how many times when you've tried one of my black teas that I like.
I get one of my classic.
Although I gave one the other day when.
Like Elf.
Well, I did it the other day when you handed. I think it was something with pu'er.
Yeah.
And I had just ordered this. I'm like, oh no, this is going to be a problem.
Was it a pu'er or was it chai?
It wasn't chai. I would never try a chai. I'm very strong on the I don't try chais because I know I don't like them.
Most of the chais I do like, but this one I'm not sure of, and the last one I just dumped. I'm not sure if they mixed it a little differently or.
You should see what other ingredients are in there that might change it. Now this is a different blender for chai, and also you said you don't not like this one. It's just that it's not as high as some of your other chais, and the other one you're wondering if it was one that you weren't sure at the beginning anyway, but you liked the picture on the so you kind of wanted to like it.
It wasn't an owl, it was a saint.
Yes, but sometimes I think that might have been what happened with the other tea.
Yeah, I've done,
because you haven't quite made up your mind with this one. Where you do kind of like it.
I wouldn't be adverse to drinking this.
This is something that where you might keep the sample on hand.
If somebody gave this to me, I wouldn't refuse it.
Right,
it's fine. I mean, I probably wouldn't refuse a lot of things. Most of it, if somebody gave it to me, but if something's really like the last one I had, I probably would. I couldn't drink it. It was just. It was.
I would sit and drink this and kind of go. Because it's not terrible. It's just not my flavor profile.
Yeah. Because we were having a rough time finding the teas for today because, well, she was okay, but I went through, this is my second one, and I was like, well, maybe I should have gone for my chocolate chai pu'er. So I was looking for something with caffeine because I was really tired.
Well, what I'm going to end up doing is after this, no matter how much of this I have left, I'm going to change out teas because this morning I finished the other one I didn't care for as much, which is the Darjeeling, because it was too light for me.
You gave me? You gave it all of it, though, right?
Well, except for what I took out of it. You had...
Oh, right.
Because I still had left over.
I finished Darjeeling, the little sample.
Yeah, and I'll have that coming in for you. I have the next size coming up for you. Well, once I put in the order, I wanted to try my other two. I have my Assam that I have yet to try, and a mint one.
I'm sorry, every time I hear Assam, I'm like, Assam chop! from Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'll let the Assam, because that's just a plain black tea.
I don't like most... Well, I don't dislike, because there are a lot of them are chai. I can't drink the Ceylon. It makes me...
I do. Stomach. The one I've tried that... what is it that I've liked? It's a base black tea that I've tried several times. Let's see, what are some of the base black teas? We have Assam.
This is a knitting podcast.
Yeah, it is. But let's see, it's Assam, it's Ceylon, it's... what are some of the other ones? Because if you name it, I'll be like, yeah, I got that one.
Oh, you mean black tees?
Yeah, they're base black tees. And there's one that I picked up on its own. I can't remember which one it is.
I think the Ceylons are the ones you get in like Lipton and all that kind of stuff.
I think you're probably right. But yeah,
I know there are other black tees. I just can't think of them right
yeah,
now.
I can't either. So I'll either try the Assam after this, or I have a Moroccan mint, which they describe as a gunpowder tea with mint.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about something like that. Is that one from Adagio from?
It's another one from Tea Spot. That's why I'm trying it, because I wanted to try at least that one, because Assam is a normal black tea. If I don't pick up an extra one of that this time around, that's fine. But I want to try my Moroccan mint before I put in my next order, because I want to make sure I like that.
Yeah, I have to figure out. Like so Ty and I are doing moratorium, sort of, for our purchases and stuff, and I have to see what I'm going to fill in my empty tin with.
And now you're going to be like, what moratorium? Because you're going to see stuff coming in, but especially with stamps, a lot of times they have to make them, or they come from overseas for me. So sometimes I'm waiting weeks to sometimes more than 1 month, depending on if they have to make them, depending on if it comes from overseas.
And we also pick up gifts all year long.
Oh yes, definitely.
When the
and you
sale
won't
hit-
see those.
No, when the sales hit, it's just.
Yeah, because I have a couple that I got for, I think still coming in for Little Miss Thing.
I guess we should get into the podcast.
Yeah, I guess so.
We're not having a Zoom right now.
Yeah.
All right. We do have a longs going on. We are heading into the last month of
Yeah, I'm
our.
actually awake.
Yes, you are. We are heading into the last month of the quarter longs and the last month of the first quarter of the full year long. So we end at the end of March, which is next month, for the quarter of the Anything Goes, and for the full Start All the Things. I can't remember the name of it right now.
I don't remember what that is.
It was Ready, Set, Go.
Yeah.
So first of all,
Because that was your baby.
what one
Ready, Set, Go. That was your idea, your baby.
was it?
Well, I know you named it.
Yeah, I think the one that because Patty's was the other one.
Yeah, but I know you named Ready, Set, Go.
Yeah. Anything Goes is also mine. Because
Yes,
we wanted
yes.
something to be kind of a palate cleanser for when we do all the tea and tails and all that kind of
We
stuff.
need to do one year, a scrappy one.
Yeah. Not this year though.
No, not this year, but just be like, I'm not sure what you would call it.
Scraptastic.
Something where it's just like, those are all your scrap projects.
Scrappy Dappy Do Along.
And it doesn't matter what they're making, because it's just like, heck, you could even have, and we'd have to talk about this, think about some of the scrap sewing stuff you could get.
No sewing.
No sewing. Okay.
But paper stuff.
Paper stuff. And you could, with journaling, you could get a lot of cool scrap.
Ephemera.
Yeah. But, okay, so would it, printable ephemera count, so it's not really scrap.
No, but it's more like, okay.
I got something in a package and the stuff that came with it.
No. It would be like that too, but I'm thinking of, okay, I cut this to fit the page. Now I have this end bit.
Okay.
That goes in there.
That makes sense.
I cut this picture to make it fit the page, but I have this picture, part of the picture, that goes in there.
It's very collagey. Where it doesn't necessarily matter. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily matter what the paper itself is. It's what you're building around it.
Building with it.
Yeah, building with it. Honestly, it fits in with some of the things with some of the craftsy classes that we've seen.
And we'll talk about craftsy classes
Yeah, really
later.
cool. I'm repositioning. You're going to see me repositioning a fair amount. I think I'm feeling the thunderstorm coming
We've got weather coming. My jaw's bothering me too. It's just
my knees are kind of stiff,
we're
uncomfortable.
old people.
Yeah.
Old people here. Yeah. Okay. So the Anything Goes is all year, and it's exactly what it says. Anything goes in the parameters that we set, within the parameters. Okay, it's got knit, crochet, loom knit, paper crafts of all kinds, and weaving, that kind of stuff. Okay, if you can make it fit the parameters with those things, we'll accept it. If it's got a small amount of yardage or it's a small project that's not intricate. So sometimes I know the origami can be really intricate, the small ones, and we'll have to talk about those. But do two or more together if they're small. And let's see what else. The featured yarns, featured pattern type stuff, anything by Lady Vertical Creations, anything by Franciscan Gypsy Designs, or Laura Concerts, which is Lollipop Girl
Sorry.
Creations, I think. those are all featured yarns and featured patterns. And I think eventually we'll probably be adding Soto Studios and maybe something else for paper crafts, but we haven't done that yet. Those get multiple chances for a prize. The way you get multiple chances for the prize are in the thread, okay?
What, not adding Sniggle Sloth or...
Maybe I like Sniggle Sloth.
I like Sniggle Sloth.
Sniggle Sloth, but it's kind of a very small area. It doesn't really give people a chance to...
No, now there is a place called scrapbooking.com. Yeah. And they have... I don't necessarily like their ephemera as much, but they have a slight social aspect to it.
I like Soto Studios.
You tend to use them more than I do. Actually, I don't think I've ever used them.
Soto Studios has a cute little option when you buy something, and if you put it in the, I guess you have like a little message or whatever, they'll show the boxing, and they'll thank you on Instagram showing cute. The boxing, and they'll tell you what order it is. Thank you for your first order. Thank you for your 57th order. You know, they keep trying to, thank you for this order, like 117 pieces, you know. They're really great about it. And at the end they do this little heart. It's cute. I like Soto Studios. I think they're classy. They're fun.
And the only reason why I don't really go to them is this not quite my my kind of ephemera. It doesn't work with what I do.
I'm still figuring out my kind of ephemera. I'm still figuring out what kind of journaling I like to do.
Well, I mean, mine is very specific, although I have a few quote type things I want to do religiously. It's a good way to practice calligraphy.
Yeah, my calligraphy, not my calligraphy, my quote thing might be typed with different fonts because my handwriting's not real good. And when I try to do handwriting, my arthritis sometimes gets in the way. So it might be a mixture.
It can be very tiring for your hand.
It might be a mixture of typing and creative fonts from the computer and handwriting. Because my handwriting has never been super good, but it used to be at least legible and somewhat pretty.
Not legible anymore.
No, not legible anymore. Not even to me. So
now, to be fair, some calligraphy is not legible. Some of the letters you're like, what letter is that?
That F is actually an S.
It's like, what is that? And you're trying to get context clues. Some calligraphy is just so fancy you can't even tell what it's saying anyway.
Well, sometimes I think they just make things up. You know,
Could be.
I want this to be an S, so it's an S.
Yeah, exactly. Now, don't be surprised. At some point, we might need to pause because it looks like we have 30 minutes left on the card, and I might need to delete some of old material so we can continue. But I'm not going to do it this second.
No. Okay, so this is the hashtag for this is hashtag hashtag PHN anything goes on Instagram, okay? PHN anything goes. When you go to Instagram, okay? And we do have an Instagram account.
Yes, we do. And that's down there too.
The other along, as Ty and I were mentioning, is the Ready, Set, Go, and that's exactly what we said. Everything that has been started no earlier than January 1st. It had to be January 1st or later. And I always have to think about that.
Yeah.
January 1st or later. If it started January 1st or later, then you can also post the whips. But you cannot do whips that were started December 31st or further back. It has to be January 1st or later. And this goes to the end of March. And it's Ready, Set, Go. Anything. I mean, anything that fits the parameters I mentioned before, because it's the same parameters of, yarn type stuff, knitting, crocheting, loom knitting, weaving, that kind of stuff, paper crafts. That's the stuff we're looking at, okay? Same things for the multiple postings, same featured yarns and featured patterns. All that is in the thread. I kind of went really fast through that because we've kind of been waffling back and forth.
And honestly, if you're in the group, you know where to find the rules, and so we really don't need to beat a dead horse with it. If you're not in the group, you're not going to care.
I like to do it once in a while because sometimes they hear what the rules are. That's not too bad. Maybe I'll join. And so I do it once in a while, but not today because we vacillated and waffled and vamped all the time here. It looks like it's going to rain outside.
Well, it's supposed to.
Okay. Let me see here. The hashtag for this is hashtag PHN Ready, Set, Go 2024 on Instagram. And I will start looking up what's going to be coming up for the next quarter. Wow. In the next week or two, because, we have to start looking at that. I think that's autism awareness.
I think you might be right. Well, I was noticing, I was like, wow, March is when I'm supposed to start reading Cicero. Good thing I finished the section in my religion and medicine book that I don't have to go continue on till medieval because next month is Cicero.
Yeah, it's this year. I don't know where it's going. It just seems to be flying by.
Well, I think when you break things into quarters as well, it does. That's kind of why school flies.
I'm looking at my retreat, and not my main retreat. I'll do that in life. Remind me to talk about that during life. Okay. I have to go first. So,
10, 20, 30.
in my PHN 10-year anniversary bag is my strawberry shortcake baby blanket from the Cerebell Scarf pattern by Sarah Sweetheart. And I did a fair amount of this. I think I did most of this when we were at the dentist's office in Warrenton, because we had quite a, not a long, but a longer visit that time, because we had to talk about a few things. Hers is good, but I have to keep with mine for a little while still.
And the only reason why we discussed as long as we did about mine is we had to look into where we had to be careful with how my other conditions might actually affect my jaw, just because of yeah.
So this is moving along. I think I did maybe 2 or 3 rows on this, which is saying something. I mean, it's growing. Like I said, I was thinking about this earlier, and I think you're going to see less of me doing things for myself. I'll do the occasional toy, but I think you're going to start seeing me do a lot more things like baby hats, baby blankets, maybe some baby clothes.
We've already had that tendency to start developing toward, not development, sliding in that direction.
I only need so many shawls and things. I mean, I'll probably always make, like, I'm probably going to go through my drawers and get rid of the things I'm not wearing and replace them with the shawls I do like to wear.
Right.
So that will be what I do for myself, basically, blankets for ourselves and stuff like that. But I think the majority of projects, especially the smaller ones, are going to be for the pregnancy center and for people at the church who are having babies and stuff, because you can only have so many things for yourself, you know.
Right.
And it comes to a point where you kind of just feel like you're being greedy or hoarding or something. I don't do well with a whole bunch of clutter. Our house is cluttered, but because we're lived in and we all craft, for arts, crafts, whatever, we all do
whatever our craft is,
all of us do, and none of them require a little space. So it's a little cramped in here sometimes, but I don't need to make it more cramped by having stuff that I don't need to have. So I'm gonna see about maybe getting rid of some of the stuff. Like I have a beautiful stole that I made that had the baubles that I think hurt my hand to begin with, and I think I'm going to give it away because I never wear it. It's just, I don't wear it.
A stole is kind of a hard thing in my mind.
Well, I think I needed to make it longer. I didn't realize exactly how to make a stole.
Right.
And I think I had to make it longer. And a lot of times, to me, stoles need to be lightweight. To me, stoles are spring, not winter. And this is very heavy.
Yeah.
And I think that a stole needs to be made like fingering sport, maybe DK tops, with a DK with a bigger hook or needle. And then you just make it really long, and you get that kind of stuff that you had in the 20s and 30s and 40s, where they have those long stoles, and they look nice, and they're not overly heavy, and you just kind of wrap it around and let it trail.
Right.
And
that's really not my style.
I like it.
Well, I might think it looks cool, but I will never wear it.
I would wear it to church.
Yeah.
And so, but my point is, the things I'm not wearing, I need to do something with, because as one of the priests said somewhere, I think it was, who was it? Fulton Sheen, I think, was saying that before he passed away, that if you have something in your closet for more than 6 months, or your drawers or whatever, and you're not using it, then you're stealing, because you're taking from somebody else who could use it. And I've got a ton of stuff in my closet and in my drawers I haven't used for years.
I know there's things that I wanted to get rid of too, only to make room for some impression stockings I picked up.
So I'm going to try to do that. Every time I do that, I feel like I'm going to go in my closet and want this, and it's not going to be there. But you know what? I don't need it. I'm not wearing it. So anyway, that's that. You guys don't. You guys are going to get life stuff interspersed apparently. So it's your turn, Taya.
Yeah. I'll have to go because I'm looking for my other needle, but.
And this is ice yarn.
Oh, this isn't the one where I switch. Okay, sorry. I forgot which blanket I was on the other one. After I pick up stitches, I change needles, but I don't do it for this one.
Did you see that Patty is doing her own hat pattern, and she crochets it, and then she knits the rim?
I don't think I saw that.
And I asked her some questions about it. Patty, I asked you some questions in that thread, so I'd love to have an answer to see how you do that. I think I know how you pick up the stitches, but I don't know exactly what how you're doing it, because I know a lot of times Well, I guess you're not really closing it up. You're actually
It's
just
already
working.
closed.
It's already
She's probably
closed.
just picking up stitches.
Yeah. So I want to hear what she has to say because I think I could do that. So maybe I'll ask her if I can purchase the pattern or whatever, and do that.
So I only started working on this, I think one time, I'm not sure what we were doing. We might have just been having a tea time. And I was like, well, let me grab a knit project. And I decided to grab this because I felt like doing something that was just simple. And I still wanted a blanket, but I was at the point in my other blanket where I have to, there's a point along here, like this would be this section here, but there's the heart from the other direction going, and so there's a creative way to pick up stitches there, and I'm at that point, and I didn't feel like paying that much attention, so I grabbed this one instead, and then I ended up having to wait for this one till I grabbed stitch markers. But I haven't done a whole lot of work. I finally got to finish my picking up because I got my stitch markers. This was one that I picked, one of those ones that I always went there when we went to Maryland, and she always had these heavier weight minis, which is why I went there.
She was always, there was Dragonfly Fiber, and then it was her right next door.
And I don't have the tag anymore because I wound up a bunch of hers.
I had some of hers because I had the heavier weight.
Yeah. Now, it used to smell like roses. The roses have eased up on this because I've had it for so long. But I'm sure if I went for some of the ones that were not wound up yet and I opened them, I might still get the roses smell.
This settles down nicely.
But I used to think it was yours, but I'm still pretty sure it's hers.
I don't think that's mine.
I don't think it is either.
My Loki is different.
Yeah. So when I looked at it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is not Loki. I'm pretty sure
No,
this
that's not
is...
Loki.
Yeah. I'm not even sure that... I don't think it's yours. I think it's hers. It looks similar to some of her other ones. So... And she has actually quite a variety in when it comes to her palette. She has the pale ones. She has a pale pink blue that I've worked with.
Sky blue pink.
Yeah, but it's not like the way you would do it, where it might have some more saturation. It's almost like a K saturation.
Yeah, sky blue pink. Or like the one I got from Socks at Rock.
Right. So, yeah, that's what this one is. And I'm at the point where I'm going to be just, doing the knitting now because I got to pick up all my stitches.
Cool.
I was able to count while you were talking.
Let me just finish this stitch.
Yeah, like I said, not a whole lot to say. I haven't worked on this for quite a while.
Yeah, they're getting a lot more chatter today than they normally do.
Well, that's good. I mean, last couple times I got Sleepy Talia, so.
Try this here. Daisy, that's kind of an unfortunate title. So no, that's fine. They're pretty good about it.
Well, they know what it is.
Let me put this away here.
I was actually concerned that would be what this one would be because I was so tired beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was afraid that I was going to be sleepy this time because I had to have a caffeinated tea. I wasn't having a hard time finding one that I wanted to drink, and then when I found one, I didn't like it, so I was like, "Oh, she's going to have to carry it on her own."
Okay. That never works out well.
In my
sorry,
Knitter's Magic, which is our local yarn store, actually in Winchester, which is about 25 minutes, I guess, away when you drive. My plaid bag, it's a nice size bag, it's very well made. I actually took it to the dentist and just had to be very careful not to drop things because it's a snap. If I might take it to
retreat.
No. I might take it to a seamstress and ask them to put a zipper in.
Oh, okay.
Just because I want to be able to close it.
Yeah, I know how to put zippers in, but not for something like that.
Yeah, they would be able to do it. Or even a drawstring, so I could close it because it's just...
I feel like with drawstring you lose some of the space.
You might. It's a very nice bag. It's very sturdy, very well made, and she's got pockets on both sides of the inside. Mm-hmm. So I actually did quite a bit on this one. You can see here, this is the Cherry Bomb. I'm looking at I don't know why I did this, and I can't fix it, but on this document, even when I change it, some of the descriptions I put down on my projects, my list here, they don't, they're not up against the numbers, and so some of the stuff just like this, here's what I want, and it's doing this.
Okay, so what that is it's the space that you have available on the Kindle. Because I've noticed this happens.
It's not even on the Kindle. It's on my computer.
Does it do the drop down on your computer? Or does it just provide more space?
space and drop down.
Okay, because I was going to say a lot of times with documents, it will be the spaces are different because it's really weird what the spaces are because of the extra number.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It never did this in about the last maybe 8 of them or whatever. I started noticing them.
Yeah, you use a different program than me, so
yeah, I have to get back into getting. Daddy got me the word that I really want. I haven't used it because it's changed,
right?
And I need to get back into that because I understand how to work that better. But the thing I like about the one I've got, I'm going to go back and forth, is because it makes it easier to do the special symbols.
Right. Now, the problem is that your document isn't going to be the same file, right? It's not going to be saved the same way.
No, I save it that way. I save them all the same way.
Okay, so then you can go back and forth. That's interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, this is what I've got here. You can see how it is growing. Both of these are my yarn. I'm not sure that the pinks are that close together. They look almost the same on the screen, but they're not quite.
Well, also, this screen is different than what they are seeing in reality.
Yeah. And I've got this much.
Yeah, this one is more of a brighter pink.
The bottom.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to finish. This is Courtly Love.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to finish this little cake, and then go on to the next color. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be yet. I'll figure that out when I get to it.
Well, that's part of the fun.
Yeah. So this is very, very scrappy. I don't know if she's going to be able to wear this out or not.
I'll be able to wear it out. It's just that because I wear the other ones out, and they're very scrappy.
Yeah, but I kind of had some method to my madness.
That's fine. The colors are I kept the colors very much within their theme. So even if it's scrappy, it's going to be fine. Because I made sure I had very much reds. Mm-hmm.
Well, reds you have to be careful because you have reds that have a blue base and you have reds that have an orange base, and they don't always go together.
Right.
But this is the scrap shawl pattern by Anastasia Zattel, and I almost always have one of these at least, and one of the Cerebel on the hooks. And apparently, right now I've got 2 Cerebel type things and 2 of these on the hooks.
This was a very good stash clearance for me, and every once in a while I might just do that where I'm like, okay, let's see what I can. Mom, I need another color. Because I wear yours all the time.
Well, I wear my gray and black one all the time. My gray,
and of course you can also go shopping for mine.
Yeah, and I need to clear out mine a little bit. I'd like to make a blue one because I have a green one, a teal green. I want a blue one because I wear a lot of blue. I want a red one.
Yeah.
My husband's like, okay, you're wearing the blanket again.
And the thing is, because of the fact that these are scrappy, you aren't going to have the same reds or whatever, so they're going to look different. Just like the blue ones are going to look different. It's because whatever yarns you happen to grab, it's never going to be the exact same.
Right. And I may do some where I just dye up all my yarn.
Yeah.
So this tie has a good amount of my yarn in it, but it also has others. Got dragonfly, and it's got.
Well, yeah, a lot of those reds are leftovers. I don't think any of them are not actually.
Mine aren't. I had to do the skeins.
Oh, okay, okay, that's right. I used what I used for, because I had so much of it because we were expecting to sell more kits. That's what it was, and we didn't. So I ended up making Davina's hood out of it. Worked really well for her because it's a lot more pink than what I normally do. And I think I made the whole thing for her. I think I made a hood. I think I made mitts. I think I did the whole shebang. But I still had quite a bit of yarn left, which is why you had some.
And I think I might get a couple more rows, maybe 3 or 4 rows out of this, depending. It gets longer each time, so I'm not sure. And then I'll go into something else. Maybe I'll use, I don't know. I want to have something that has a little bit of variance in it.
Oh, it looks like you do have another pure skein of something, so.
This, yeah. This is
Firefly. I mean, for Traveler.
This is Rodeo.
Yep. Oh, that's right. I remember being like, oh, Mom's going to be so excited. This is some Rodeo.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm going to use Rodeo.
Is this Rodeo too?
No, that is Miss Babs. I'm pretty sure it's Miss Babs. That's,
I want to make sure
I forget the name of the colorway.
I want to make sure I get Rodeo. This is an oxblood. It doesn't have enough purple.
No, I don't have anything with oxblood. Let me see. Gosh. I want to say this. I can't remember the name of this colorway because it's not the Gotta Love Me, which has more variation to it.
I might do this one next.
This one is.
And then this one. Maybe.
There's a lot of freedom for what you want for what you're doing. It's not like the other one I'm making where I actually have marked 1, 2, 3, 4 because I have a definite idea of what I want. This
is truly scrappy.
This one's truly scrappy because with the other one I'm doing, I'm separating with black. So there is a plan to there's a certain amount of planning.
Well, that's like the yellow one I'm doing for you. It's got kind of an idea where I think I'm just going to be doing the 2 colors.
Right.
So we'll see how that works. And I'm actually probably going to change it up a little bit as to what I'm doing, see how it works, because it's kind of a quasi-design in progress.
Mm-hmm.
But, just changing something up a little bit. I was going to do more changes. I thought, no, let me just try the minor changes first and see how that works. And if I don't like the way it looks, then I'll just go back to doing it the way it's supposed to be done.
Right.
But yeah, this is fun. It's a fun crochet. It's, just relaxing and kind of meditative. You just go. And if I make a mistake, I just fix it. Because I can do that with crochet.
Okay, so is that it for that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me, whoopsie, split stitch, there we go. Make sure it's 1 because I can hear Davina in there. Yeah, she was watching the time.
Oh, was she? Yeah. Davina is very, very good about, she knows when she has to eat. Normally, I don't like her to eat by herself, but on podcast days, she sometimes has to.
So, I'm in the middle of picking up stitches for this. And I have the last little bit to pick up. It's not this side, it's the other side. It's that section I told you about, right, to pick up along this edge, because there's a little bit something funky you need to do there. So, then I'll be able to do that opposite purple. Like it's the other, on the other side of this one, the same purple. So, it's growing. It's really nice when I'm cold.
I bet.
Because, when I'm doing all my layering when I don't feel well, I might get to the point where my upper part feels okay, but then my legs are freezing. And this is a nice weight for that.
Is that worsted?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't usually make worsted, but that one's worsted. That's why I have so much of that one knit picks.
Right.
And then eventually I was just like, I'm just going to switch over to that because I have so much in there. I might as well just make it that. Mm-hmm. I kind of wish I had started with that and just had that in there. But
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But most of it is.
Gives it its character. It is who it doesn't regret it because it makes it what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently what I wanted to work on project-wise are these blankets. Mm-hmm. I think partially because I'm cold. Mm-hmm. And partially they are to a certain extent quite easy. And they don't require a lot of detail. Mm-hmm. Even though the other one has hearts and you think that would make a difference. But yeah, that's it for that.
Okay, in my Crystal's llama bag, Crystal is chronically crocheting. And she made this for me. And I love it. If you want to see a nice podcast, she's great. I haven't seen
She's a couple cute patterns.
Mm-hmm. Several actually now.
Does she? Okay, I wasn't sure how many she had.
She has an Etsy shop too. Etsy shop, or she did. But she's just moved, so I don't know if she's all set up and all that. But I need to touch base with her again and see how she's doing because she's really sweet and I like her. She's a nice podcast. She has chronic illness, so she could be a little hit and miss in terms of when she is able to podcast, but she's well worth watching. Yeah. She's one of the few that I do watch when I get the chance.
The other one is Yarn Cave, right?
Yarn Cave?
Jess.
Oh, yeah, Jess. Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I wanted to bring her up as well, actually another chronically ill one, and she's another PHNer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're both PHNers.
They're both PHNers, yeah.
So, mine, in my bag, is the other shawl I'm making for Talia. This is called the Squash Blossom Shawl, and it's from the Scrap Shawl pattern by Anastasia Sattel, and it's grown a fair amount. You can see I had to start thinking about dyeing yarn because the yarn I'm going to use in contrast for this is when I said it might just be 2 colors, is one of mine. I'm going to put Memento Mori in here.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be the contrasting. I don't have any on this weight. Mm-hmm. So I need to go ahead and dye that up. I'm going to try to do that in the next few days. I wanted to dye yarn before the weekend because I've got a day of recollection at the church, half a day of recollection. I probably won't be able to do it this weekend. So I want to try to do it maybe the next day or two. Mm-hmm. Try and dye up the yarn for that. Maybe do a couple extra ones for the shop as well. Because I have to start thinking about dyeing for autism awareness.
Right. Without putting too much stress on yourself.
Without putting too much stress. Well, that's why I want to start doing it early. So.
But I mean, like, keep it fun because that's what your new focus for your shop is not... Mm-hmm. The intensity you were doing before. It's about fun again.
Yeah, fun again. I'm trying to make things a lot more fun is the word. I'm trying to divide things up because I have so many different hobbies that I like and things that I want to do that I need to have it in some kind of regulated form, but in a without being strict. So that means it has to be fun.
Yeah. Well, and for a while, the whole reason for the shop wasn't to have a serious job. It was to have fun. And you lost sight of that for a while.
Well, part of that was my own self with wanting to do the alongs and kits and things. But the other thing was your medical bills.
Right. But outside of that, you just felt like you had to keep up with, you know, always putting up new listings so you get seen. It's like, if it's fun, it doesn't matter. You know, if you get seen, you get seen. It'd be cool to get seen, but it's like...
If you're going to sell, you have to be able to be seen.
Yeah, and I agree. I think it depends on, like, if your focus is, I really want to use this to make money, or if your focus is, it'd be cool if I make money, but I really just want the dyeing.
Well, the problem is that, yeah, I can make the yarn, and it's fun, and it's cool, and I like that, and that's my main focus, but I can only have so much space.
Right, and that's true, but we also give out prizes and stuff.
Yeah, but that's not going to be enough if I keep dyeing yarn. So, especially if I have to use it as personal use to do that. So, it's got to be a balance.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I'm working on that. I'm working on the balance.
Well, I mean, you're talking about keeping less on hand, too, which will help.
Yeah, I have a set amount that I'm going to keep on hand, and then if people want to have a specialized weight, I'll look into getting it if I have enough people who want that weight. Or if I think, oh, yeah, that's a good idea, let me have that, that weight for yarn. There are a couple places where I can get the single skeins or double skeins or whatever, and then there are places where I say, well, okay, you know, they come in 10 packs, and I think I can sell the extra 9 or 8 or whatever, or I might use it. In that case, I'll just divide it up. This is shop-related expense, and this is personal expense, and it won't affect it. But yeah, so this is what it's looking like. It's coming out really well. This is just the beginning. And usually I start with a variegated. This time I didn't, because this was the one that I had available. So, and I felt like starting it. So yeah.
Every once in a while it just happens. I need to get back to working on the hood so that way the extra can go to you for that.
I have to get back to my hood as well. I have had it sitting there. I need to go through my list and just be kind of brutal and say, I'm not going to work on this. Out. I'm not going to work on this. Gone, gone, gone. Because I need to start making some spaces on my shelf, so putting some of the empty bags into other bags, and so I have room on my shelf so it doesn't look like it's all falling out like it does right now.
Right.
I mean, Father must think we live in a storage shed. I mean, you know, it's just...
Oh, yeah. If he's even really looking around, he's not like the priest who came before who would, like, look at our movies.
Father Coatsy, so funny. We have a thing of movies here.
Well, before he even got to that, he saw the gumball machine.
Oh, he's like... I love him. He's an amazing priest. But he would come in, and the first thing he saw was the gumball machine. Gumballs!
And we're just like, those are probably bad.
I said, yeah, that'll break your jaw. You don't want that. And then
because they've been there forever.
And he'd look at the DVDs we have over here on shelves, because he would sit right here to give Ty a confession. Ty would sit over here, and so he would be looking at the movies, and so I always made sure he
didn't even make it this far. He would stand right there.
Yeah, I didn't have to worry about this here, because he had it in the dark, and then he would stand. Actually, I brought the chair for him to sit.
Yeah.
He's not like Father Guy who just stands.
Oh, Father Guy is just like he's like he vibrates with energy.
Yeah, he's the ever ready battery. I mean, he's always moving, but yeah. So I would make sure Father Coatsy would have chocolates on the way out, because he was a big kid.
So he never noticed here. I have no idea if I think Father Guy is so focused on like what he has to do next.
I think Father Guy notices a lot more than you think.
That's true. No, you're right. You're right.
He's an amazing person. He really is.
And I think also, okay, so remember that in one of the Poirot mysteries where he was able to tell what that person might have done for a living based off of what they noticed. And I wonder if maybe Father Guy's job as a kid might have been doing stuff with the lawn, because I remember one time he commented on the lawn when he came in.
Yeah.
And the kind of things that
he also does a lot of outdoor plant stuff. He's
okay, so there you go. It kind of makes me think of that thing from the Poirot, the cards on the table, where it's just like, okay, what they notice says something about them.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a digression. So that's all I have to say about that.
And I don't have any more projects.
This is my hook. I'm going to put the hook in here before I lose it and go crazy trying to find it. Okay.
So that... Oh, journal. Do you have any journaling?
I don't.
Okay. So let me grab mine. I actually barely have journaling because I didn't expect... I worked on it last night. So... I went ahead and started working on the one for at Bertram's Hotel, which is my next Agatha Christie. I printed out this bunch of Miss Marple, and I was like, oh, I don't feel like unattaching them and pasting them together. I'll make it look like a film strip. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I ended up doing. There she is. And then this, okay, for this book, they had a lot of cool covers. So this was part of one of the editions. It has this keychain, and it looks like you're also looking through a keyhole.
Oh, okay. I thought it looks like a pelican from here. I need to look at it.
So here you go, Mom. See, you're looking through the keyhole and seeing this lady, and then you also have the key. You can see someone's eye. It's a really cool cover. And it's just, when on the cover, it's just against the backdrop of blue. And then this one is the cover I decided I wanted to go with, because I really like this cover, where it's got the gun on the table setting. And then I did some calligraphy. Not all is the way it seems. And then, of course, it says, at Bertram's Hotel. Now, when you pull out the card...
Oh, yeah.
You have the skull on the car, because when you have it in there, it just looks like a normal car with a greeting from the, I don't know what they call them, the valet or whatever. And then, like I said, you pull it, not all is what it seems.
Oh, right, the skull, okay.
Yeah, so.
Shades of Christine.
So I just had fun with that, because I was like, oh, I'm like, wait a second. Because I was trying to figure out where to put that, because I really liked this. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, but if I cover part of it, it looks just normal. But when I move it, it's cool. So,
very cool.
I think I'll end up putting my rating stamp here, whatever one I go with. And then I'll have something up here, I'm not quite sure what. And then I'll write my little review. This is actually a very different setup than I normally do. Usually I have the library card on this side, and usually I have this thing up here. Usually I don't have anything on here. Every once in a while I'll have like bloody handprints. Mm-hmm. But this one is a different style than I normally do. But yeah, I have fun. Actually, funny enough, it's going to be interesting when I don't have these sayings to cover up anymore, because that's why I have...
You can still do it.
I can still do it, but it really very much affected my style, because I have something I'm covering up. This has like religious sayings or something on it underneath, and it doesn't fit what I need. So these bottom things are meant to hide those. So it's caused a stylistic feel, which is always fun when necessity creates a style. But yeah, I'm enjoying this one. I put it together last night. So I had some fussy cutting with this one here. Yeah, have fun. Actually, the small Miss Marples printed it out better than I hoped.
Yeah. For knitting.
But yeah, there's that. That's my journaling. Then that would lead us on to
Stash enhancement.
Stash enhancement.
What do you have for that?
Oh, let's hang on. Let me check. My shopper buzzed. Oh, the order's been delivered.
All right, I'll go get it. Just give me a second.
Okay, yeah. I can. Hey guys, sorry about that. When Mom went up to get the groceries that were outside, the SD card decided that was full. So I was emptying out the SD card from older podcasts, and then Mom was getting my applesauce, because I'm almost out of the applesauce. I need to take my medicine.
And other things.
Yeah. And other things I added on that was like, oh, this might be nice to have. Like Mom's, was it vinegar, salt and vinegar?
But they weren't salt and vinegar. They were red.
Did they only grab the red ones?
I didn't see if the other ones came in.
Okay, because there's two that I picked up. I picked up the plain ones and salt and vinegar. Because a lot of times the salt and vinegar is too strong for me. Every once in a while I can have it, but it's very strong.
I had developed a very strong taste for the salt and vinegar when we were in England. Okay, so now we both have this one, Taya.
Oh, I forgot to grab mine. So, because I don't normally grab my book one. So just show yours, because mine's the exact same cover.
Peter Falk. Just one more thing. I love Peter Falk. This is actually his biography. Or is it all
and I think it's Stories from My Life. I think it's mostly focused on his time in Colombo. Let's see. Peter Falk came into prominence as actor in 1956 in the highly successful off-Broadway revival of The Iceman Cometh with Jason Roberts. So like Suchet, he was a theater actor first. Although he worked continuously for the next 3 years, bouncing from one off-Broadway theater to the next, a theatrical agent advised him not to expect much work in motion pictures because of his glass eye. I didn't know he had a glass eye.
I didn't know that, yeah.
Later, a talent scout for Columbia Pictures described Falk as a second John Garfield, but Harry Kahn, the head of Columbia Pictures, unfortunately disagreed. For the same price, I can get an actor with 2 eyes. Ooh,
Ouch.
Burn. In 1958's 20th Century Fox, and I don't know if they said it to him.
Still.
Yeah, in 1958, 20th Century Fox came to New York to make a movie, Murder Inc., and Falk landed a juicy role for which he received rave reviews. Oh, that was the one we were talking about, I think, maybe. And incredibly was nominated for an Academy Award. He was then nominated again for his second film, Pocketful of Miracles, starring Bette Davis. Falk went on to become a favorite among filmgoers, yet it was through television that he reached his widest audience as Lieutenant Columbo, winning 4 Emmys for the role. Interestingly, Columbo's raincoat came out of Falk's bedroom closet. He bought it years before he became an actor. He has been quoted saying, "I wanted to wear something people would remember. Bottom line, it's the world's most famous raincoat." Just one more thing is pure Peter Falk, and reads as if he's sitting next to you, chuckling as he recalls his remarkable past.
And for those of you who watched Neverending Story, he was the grandfather.
So, Mom and I are going to be reading this together. I have my own copy. I kind of get the feeling it's almost going to be like Suchet's book about his time on Poirot, because Suchet does give a little bit of background before he did Poirot as well. So, and
I like him as well.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed the Poirot one, and I've watched the first season of Columbo.
I love Peter Falk. I think he's amazing. I love his sense of humor. He's just...
Amazon Prime makes Columbo free. At least it is right now. Or last time I've checked. Because I think it's free, but Murder, She Wrote might be as well. There was a couple ones I was really surprised that you can watch for free on Amazon Prime. Some of the older ones.
But this is amazing. I love him.
Yeah, when I saw it, good dear.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know what that's about.
That's Demi Moore. She was one of the first who she wanted to celebrate the pregnancy, and so she did a Vanity Fair like that.
What's that doing in Peter Falk's book?
It's just an advertisement.
Oh, and the book has advertisements?
I guess. Demi Moore.
I wonder if the book says something about Demi Moore.
It might. See.
It might not be that one. It might be
No, it's
before.
right here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I guess we'll see when we get there, but that wouldn't be what I expected. And this is
It might be part of it. Yeah, people who...
Well, the G-rated podcast,
But it's not showing anything.
Okay.
It's not... She's covered. She's covering
Okay.
herself. People who are our age, or my age, or maybe even a little younger, will remember Demi Moore doing this. She's all covered. And she was trying to make a statement about pregnancy being beautiful or something. Not being ashamed of the weight.
That wouldn't have been the way I would have done it.
No, me either. But she's not, you can't see anything.
Yeah.
You can't see anything. Otherwise, I wouldn't have shown it.
Yeah.
It's just a little risque, maybe, but not pornographic, not anything like that. It's just kind of an art shot. And she's not showing anything. She's all covered. She's all covered. You could see as much with a bikini.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. That's true.
So,
but yeah, so we'll be reading that together. Each our own book. Let me just splash the beads really quickly. These came in when we were doing our live stream, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, they don't have like they did last time, where the kind of beads they were attached, like with a tell me, because I know the red is the jasper.
it's not really red. It's kind of brownish orange.
It makes
It's clay color. It's pottery.
yeah, it's clay color.
It's pottery color.
Dry blood color.
Yeah. To me, it reminds me of pottery. You know, the old pottery planters. They put That's what it reminds me of. Clay pots.
It always makes me think of dry blood, and the reason I say it that way is I use it a lot for passion rosaries.
This, I have a rosary. I have a couple rosaries with this.
Yeah, because you really like the feel of that.
It's got the weight. Patty, this has the weight without the the frigid of the.
Now these get colder, and I can't remember what these are called. These are a similar bead.
I like these.
The white is a new one.
And it grabs, if you put center beads like this, if you are it'll pick up the green. If you put red, it'll pick up the red. It's just because it's such a neutral color. It's really pretty. It reminds me of pearls, maybe old pearls, not quite the cream, but really pretty. It's got kind of a gray
Old
tint.
lace.
It's got kind of a gray tinge as opposed to a yellow tinge.
Yeah, no, you're right. So because I'm trying to expand. Mom and I both like the stones, and I have a place that I go to that has large hole stones, which is what we need for our.
And the green one's beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. I've used it multiple times.
I think you gave me something with green already, didn't you?
Yes, I at least had the.
That was the one I had last time, wasn't it?
It might have been. I can't remember. St. John.
Yes,
St. John used it.
Yes, I had it last. Yeah.
So I tend to use it's I just lost her name. Beads. Correct. I am gonna pull them up because they're a good place. They do large hole stones, which is actually hard to find. And their quality. I end up, and I shall be able to tell you what those beads are then. I think it's Stones Direct. Let me see. Purchases. And they're on Etsy. Let's see. Okay, now it's Beads and Honey. That's someone else. Bead. Because I've only used Beads and Honey a couple times. Go ahead and show one of yours while I'm looking up this.
Okay. This was the freebie that Ty was... she showed you the other thing she gave me. She thought it was freebie. This is the freebie she gave me. For the...
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I did show that. I just gave it to you.
I had the other one. I found this one. I said, I didn't show these.
Oh, okay.
And then she gave me this. I don't know. I couldn't remember if I showed you my Eeyore. It says, it never hurts to keep looking for sunshine. And it's Eeyore looking over his shoulder. Everybody who's watched this podcast for any length of time knows I love Eeyore. This is the one you gave me, Ty.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
A book a day keeps reality away. And then these I ordered, and I don't remember showing them to you because I waited for them to come in for so long. These are little owls, and they're drinking tea, not coffee. Tea. They have actual little tea bags in their tea. Oh, that's the back.
Yeah, I grabbed that on purpose.
So I grabbed these. These.
Did you grab those? Okay, I didn't grab those. Okay,
I grabbed these.
I so often get you.
Oh, she gets me all kinds of owls and stuff. I did grab those.
Okay, so it's Stones Direct, all one word, and the red ones are the jasper. The green ones are green moss agate.
They're very pretty.
They're very pretty.
They're absolutely gorgeous. And while Talia is showing your stuff, I'll show you the rosary she made.
And Mom, they call it white lace agate, the other one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes, so I like the agates. I think I have a purple agate that I haven't done anything with yet. Or I've only used for our father beads. So they have quite a bit that...
I think St. John is not in my Lenten stuff, so let me pull the bigger bag here.
I get my onyx.
Oh, I forgot to show these. This is my... Ty gave me this one. I hadn't even opened it yet. Yes, I did. It's a sloth. It's a sniggle sloth. It's not by sniggle sloth. I call all sloths now sniggle sloths.
Because it's such an adorable name.
It's an adorable name. So I'm really happy. I love sloths. Davina asked me, she said, are sloths now your favorite animal? I said, no. They're just
cute.
Up there with owls and stuff like that. So it's a sloth. But I got my... I need to get a little box for all my bookmarks. Let me see if I can find my St. John the Evangelist.
Yeah, because it turned out quite well.
Ty and I spent a day dividing our rosaries into bags and things so we knew what they were when we pulled them out so we can pray with a particular saint at a particular time if we want to. Here it is. This is St. John the Evangelist.
There's some cool jasper ones I want to pick up
Look
too.
at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
What's kind of fun about it is the agate has variations within it. Sometimes it's really pale, and you think at first like it's just like, oh, it's worn off, like maybe it had a
coating or something.
A layer, but no, that's just the way that the stone develops.
So you can see that just in this decade right here. You can see the difference in the 10 stones right
and that would
here.
drive my dad insane, probably.
I can't believe it. I didn't show this on the podcast. You gave it to me. I got it blessed and I put it away. I used it for a couple days before Lent started, and I used my other thing. I have another bag, a smaller bag that has the rosaries that are more Lent related, and I use those right now. But this one is just a beautiful, beautiful rosary. I love the color of it. And the weight of it's very nice. And you said this is an agate?
That's an agate. And I wanted to see what that purple one was. I'm sorry, purple lepidolite. So I don't think I've made a full rosary out of that one yet. I have a bunch of them. Yeah, but what I do is I end up collecting these stone beads, and Mom and I figure out which ones we like the best. And we seem to like jasper. We like agate.
We like wood.
We like wood. I like onyx.
The onyx is pretty. I don't think you gave me an onyx yet.
Well, let's see. You might have it for our father beads. Because I have the kind of goldy brown that if you look really closely you can tell it's got some golden brown in it for onyx, and then there's the normal black onyx. And honestly, I never would have found onyx if it wasn't for someone who wanted a specialty onyx rosary.
Do you have any more stuff? 'Cause
Yeah, I do. Sorry.
I have to eat.
Okay, there we go. I was just saving. They had slight variations in some of the more recent listings for the two agates. Like one was a little bit more gray for the white lace, and one was a little bit of a lighter green for the other one. So this is a bit different. I was listening to, I think it's called Bendy Bodies. It's a podcast specifically for Ehlers-Danlos, and they'll have different subjects. The last subject that I listened to, actually, I have it on Audible too, because apparently you can find a podcast on Audible. So it's called, let's see. Yeah, Bendy Bodies with Hypermobility MD, Dr. Linda Bluestein. So she'll interview different people, and this was an interview with a physical therapist who also happened to have some sort of hypermobility.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not sure which one she had. I didn't get very far. But one of the things they started talking about, they're going to be talking about the bracing and things like that, like the kind of ones I'm wearing. But one of the things they were talking about was a mouse that you aren't doing that motion where you're kind of at a weird angle. Instead, it's almost like a handshake motion, and your arm ends up being flat on the table. Now, for me, I was like, oh, well, this might be interesting, because my hands, even when I'm on the phone, like, scrolling sometimes, my hand will fall asleep. If I'm typing, my hand will fall asleep. I don't have great circulation. If I do this too long, my hand is going to fall asleep. So, with this motion, it's not going to be pulling downwards. So, I have more of a likelihood that my hand won't fall asleep. So, you hold it like this. It's good for people also who have, like, tendinitis and things like that, you know.
Carpal tunnel.
It's for people with hand issues. They advertise it for gamers. What I like about this one particularly is it has a Bluetooth. Because my computer, when you plug in the little USB port, it goes in and out. In and out. For whatever reason, it doesn't like any of my USB ports. So my mouse would go in and out because it was only USB. So now I have a Bluetooth one, which makes me happy. So it has the scroll. It has the ability to switch back and forth. So you can do the little USB, or you can do the Bluetooth. Yeah, it has everything a mouse needs, just all your controls are on the side. And honestly, I found I got used to it really quickly.
I'm looking forward. I have one coming in for Mother's Day. And my husband's getting one for Easter. So, but okay, I have something to show real quick here. This was from, this is the second half of my birthday gift from my friend in New York, upstate New York. And it's a beautiful bookmark. I think I'm going to use it for something other than a bookmark. Maybe put it on the cover.
Yeah, because I think that'd be very heavy.
I think it might tear the pages. But isn't that beautiful?
It is beautiful.
It's called the Jewel Cross Bookmark. And
yeah, I'd be afraid to use it on anything with 10 pages. Or really, any book, really. It looks heavy.
It'd be better on a cover.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of as a decoration.
Yeah. It couldn't be a thick cover. I don't think.
I don't know. Let's see if I can open this.
Do you require assistance?
No, I don't. Got it. Because I figured out what end had to be opened.
Yeah. So how wide does it
It's not overly heavy.
Okay, well that's good.
It's not very heavy. If you feel it.
It's still heavier than I want on something that I put on there. And honestly, most religious books, they don't have a terribly thick cover. So you probably could put this on the cover or something.
Well, and I was thinking more of a notebook than a
good point.
You know, something that'd be pretty kind of
maybe like a
journal.
quote. Yeah.
A journal you just kind of make sure it stays put in there.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
maybe put some that make it stick there.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely gorgeous.
Were you talking about decoupage the other day?
You could do it with decoupage. It would stick out. That would be pretty on the center of the outside of the cover.
Yeah, I have Mod Podge.
Yeah, I have to think about that because this is really pretty. I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah. We'd have to look into that because that might be cool.
I have to think about my next religious journal. Make sure it's the right side, not the wrong side.
Yeah, because once you decoupage it on there, you're stuck.
That's all my stash enhancements.
So, this came in during live stream, just like the beads did. This is one of the clear stamps. This is a medieval illuminated manuscript.
And Taya, we can't go through all of them because I do have to go eat.
Okay, well mine's very. I'll be able to go quick. So there's that one. Sniggle Sloth.
Sniggle Sloth. I love Sniggle Sloth.
It's actually sloth.
I want a Sniggle Sloth sweatshirt.
Oh, I bet they have. I don't know if they have them or not. They have their whole website. So, it's a reading Sniggle Sloth. It's a
I want to know where they came up with the name Sniggle Sloth.
I know. I mean, it's such an unique.
Inquiring minds want to know.
And it's an American based business. Although it is online. These are not Sniggle Sloth. These are a bunch of just Roman ones. And maybe I'll go over at some point. But you at least have a Caesar, Colosseum, and Romulus and Remus. These are nice, good edgings. Because every once in a while it's nice to have a mini one. Mm-hmm. These are some calligraphy looking stamps with a calligraphy pen. And then finally, this is the one I'm really excited about. First of all, their bubble wrap is hearts.
Oh, how fun.
Look, heart-shaped bubble wrap.
I wonder where they found that.
I don't know. I'm going to give it to Davina, though. Yeah. I usually give Davina all my bubble wrap.
She likes to pop it.
Yeah. So, in here, we have... Okay, this is delivery Earl Grey tea with a bunny.
Oh, fun.
I'll let you look at them as I... Then this is the bunny's got a little letter and a calligraphy pen. She has other things besides bunnies, but I only went after the bunnies. Okay, this is Joy to the World, the Lord is come, let earth receive her king. It's bunny carolers. Then, this one is not bunny. This was adorable. It's a little elf with a hedgehog, and they're by an ink stand. Then, let's see. This one is a bunny decorating a Christmas tree.
Why are you getting Christmas?
Well, those it's not like they're okay to have, ready to go. Bunny in front of the fire, which you can say is Christmas or winter. So he's so cute. Their bunnies are adorable. And then finally, I must have hit a sale or something. That might be why Now they were out of their cupcake ones, but they're out of the ones I was looking for, which they had a bunch of they call them the dark chocolate ones. They said notify. They're in these little, like, when you open the candy and it has little things, there's a bunny in each one. Aww. It was adorable. They were out of it. So these are bunnies writing bunny and jumping in and out of the inkwell. The only one that's clean is the one that's writing.
Oh, yeah, ink on the back.
Yeah. And here is a chocolate bar bunny with a strawberry because it's a berry flavor chocolate bar bunny. And then this is actually one of my favorites. I think it's so precious. Bunny Artist de Watercolor. Finest artist quality. So the bunny is inside. He has his little paw on the edge.
I see, yeah.
He's so cute. They have the cutest bunny stamps, and then that's all of them. Oh, they sent me extra ink as a gift.
Nice.
I have, like...
fuchsia and hot pink.
Yeah. Like, brilliant ink. Not to say what I would have chosen, but it's a gift, so...
Can't make use of it.
Exactly. But they have the most adorable bunny stamps ever. They're supposed to notify me when my bunny's in a dark chocolate box of candy coming, because I wanted those, and I was so disappointed that they were out of them. But yeah. I was so excited when these came in. These might have been out of... No, these come from PA.
Okay, so are you done?
I am done. This is bananas.
Okay, I hate to rush us off, but
We do
I
need to go.
eat because we eat early. We don't eat at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. We eat at 5:30 usually, or 5:45, and I don't want to have my dinner right on top of my lunch. So
Yeah.
I want to thank you all for joining us here. Oh, before we stop, we did do a new Craftsy membership.
Yes, this is
now
important.
Craftsy does now accept PayPal,
Yeah.
and I got on. I was doing something. I think I was checking to see if I could get my stuff. Get access to my
I
stuff.
thought you actually had an email.
I did, but I got on to check and see if I could get my access to my classes that I bought previously, because I wasn't going to buy anything if they didn't have PayPal. And so, just for giggles, I said, "Oh, there's a whole bunch of coupon things." I just ran all the Cupert and all those things, ran them all, and the membership was like $112. I paid $295 for a year, and then I went and looked at my what I had, and it said, "Oh, you can ask up to 3 people to be on your membership for free." So Taya's on there now, and then I got this little thing. Well, first of all,
I'm on for a year.
yeah. First of all, when I signed up for it, they said, "Oh, do you want to upgrade to gold from premium for $39?" I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that." So I signed up, and then like a day and a half later, or earlier even, I get, "Do you want to be a gold member for $6?" And I talked to my husband. He said, "Oh yeah, go ahead and do that." So now I'm a gold member for $9 or $8, whatever it was, and Taya has access to everything, so it's like almost in half. And it's for the year, and so you might want to go and check it out and see if you can get some of that savings. You have to be a member like Cupert and all those different honey and
all the
those
different coupon type
places.
Just check your apps and stuff for your browser.
Right, and
extensions.
I ran all of them all at once, and it came up, and I got I swear it must have been 99% off.
They're amazing.
And it's absolutely amazing. And now that they have PayPal, they may keep me, because Ty and I have branched out from just knitting and crocheting, so we're starting to look at the paper crafts and the calligraphy and the art.
Yeah, because I have a few calligraphy classes that I have set aside, and I watched my first one for stamping.
And I was watching one. I watched the first, because they're very short, the first journaling class, like the first 2 or 3 of them, and she's a little floofy for me at the beginning, because she's talking about stuff like that. Okay, that's kind of psychobabble, but some of the stuff she's talking about is really good, and we're getting into the meat of it now. And then I want to get into the mixed media and that kind of stuff. I'm really looking forward to doing that. There's just so much there.
Because we didn't use it to its full capacity when we were on there. We really focused completely on knitting and crocheting.
Right. And and then yet later on yarn dyeing for me.
Yeah, so it was like, it was very much a small portion of what's available there.
I told my husband he has such a hard time finding things for me. If I like this, this could be my main gift, because I don't have a lot of space. I don't need a lot of stuff. If I can use this, it's got cooking, it's got photography type stuff, it's got writing, it's got calligraphy and art and journaling and knitting and crocheting and dyeing yarn, all kinds of stuff. So you might want to check it out and see if you can get some kind of savings with it.
Now make sure you have like Cupert, Honey, all those kind of things.
The different apps, get as many as you can on there.
Because they don't cost money. They just
no, and you just
they must make something off of like something sort of thing with the company where
if you buy something.
Yeah, they must get some sort of cut.
So if you do that, you might get quite a substantial. You might not get what I got, but you might.
But sometimes you get something that's quite extreme. And then of course mine was free because
before that I had something. I think it was Blessed She or something like that. I got like half price on it. I was really ecstatic about that. It was like $30, $40.
Every once in a while, you really
this
hit a
was
good
over
one.
$100. So it was well worth having the apps. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't pin this one very well.
And I've got mine all pinned back.
Well, I had my hair up, and then for whatever reason, this one didn't get pinned, so it keeps smacking me.
So we want to wish you all a wonderful day. This is Tuesday for us, but
we'll see when this bus shoot goes up. I'm not sure if my hard drive issues have fixed themselves or not. Sometimes it takes a while for this video to go up, but that's a lot of times because of fatigue, because it's been really bad for me.
Right. So we want to wish you all a blessed week full of knitting, crocheting, everything that makes you happy. I can't reach my clapper, so I'm not going to try. But I do want to wish you all a week full of, like I said, everything that makes you happy. And we hope to see you here again for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pinhook and Needles Podcast, episode 560, and that's a wrap.
Bye.
Bye.